How's it everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, we're looking down at the city through the clouds. It's me playing around with the climate settings in the developer mode to set everything exactly as I want it. As I look down at the city from a bird's eye view, I just thought looking at it piercing through the clouds, having the rays of sunshine hitting certain parts of the ground, others being in the shadow of the clouds, I think that just looks absolutely fantastic. We are completely bypassing winter. I am super happy. I'm pretty sure there will come a time when I will let winter play out, but for now we're staying green. We're out of the autumn time. We are now going to enjoy beautiful greenery as we continue our expansion. Before we get into that though, I just want to say I think everybody probably picked up on how nervous I was building the metro system. Something that, the subway system, something that I know nothing about. And it was really awesome to see how many people left comments of positivity, observations that they had, telling me about how the metro, why do I keep saying metro? I think they're the same thing. Anyway, how the subways work in their cities. And I really appreciate that, because I honestly had no idea what I was doing. And to see people leave comments that either validated what I did or they gave me tips on how I could improve on things. It was all done so well. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And generally speaking, I want to just send a shout out to everybody who leaves positive comments on the channel week in, week out, video after video. Those comments really keep me going. I can't name all of you. I haven't put all of them on the screen, but I'll put as many as I can. I just want to say thank you all so much for all of the positive comments. Like, it really is inspirational. It really keeps me going. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So with that said, today we're going to be expanding on the city once again. I will come back to the metro system at some point where we will probably either redo it or extend it out into other areas. I know I haven't got the metro out into this area yet. I believe this is Bedford and Fairview and places like that. And the Research Institute, something that people are saying we can perhaps get a subway there or an overground line to that area. It's stuff that we will look at in the future. But today, what we're going to do is that we're going to start expanding things out along the harbor area. I want to start off by redoing this road that I don't like the way it cuts through here, and I think it limits my ability to expand the harbor out into this area. Well, not the harbor, but just industry and farmlands, because I want farmland to form the blend between the city and what we are going to do here. So what I want to do is I want to kick off by getting rid of this road cutting through here. We're gonna bring it around this little hill over here, so we'll bring it around sort of this way, and then we're gonna take today and expand things out in this direction. But before we do that, what I want to do is that I want to kick off by getting the bus and train routes reconnected, because we don't have that set up just yet. So I want to kick off by getting those reconnected, and then we're gonna get into all of the road demolishing and rebuilding that we're going to be doing. So I'm considering running the bus obviously from down this area all the way up to the spot. So before I do that, I'm gonna get a couple of bus stops in Victoria Square, Willow, and then ultimately the industrial area. And then we'll probably not connect up all of them. We'll just connect up enough to get the entire area connected to the downtown, and then we will move on from there. All right, let's get them connected. Alright, so we should have that connected. So now we've got let me just pull that up again. So we've got the train route. Oh, by the way, shout out to the comments that I got from the people that were saying I can go ahead and actually untick a whole bunch of these things, which really helps a lot in seeing where things are. I never paid attention to this area, so that is awesome. Thank you so much for pointing that out for me. I really appreciate that, because that makes my life now a whole lot easier in seeing what I am doing. All right, so we've got the connection. It's connected up to here. We've dragged it all the way out. It bends all the way, follows that route, and it comes up to the station over there, which is awesome. And then lastly, or secondly, let's see if I can get all of these nice and in. I think I want to show roads this time. And then which one do we want? Bus stops and bus routes. Which ones are the bus routes? Oh, well, I guess the bus routes are already showing. Okay, so we've also then got a route that goes from the main bus depot over here, or not bus depot, bus station. Jeez whiz. From the bus station, it runs all the way along this side, comes down this route, connects up Victoria Square, Willow, all the way out to the industrial zone. So now we have all of those connected via public transport, which is awesome, bus and train. So yeah, that is looking good. Now we can turn our attention to this road network. And this is something that I've been wanting to redo the moment we built this harbor. I didn't like the way this snakes its way through here anymore. I think it limits me in terms of what I can do, because there isn't a lot of space here, and if I was to try and bridge over the train station, I have to do something funky to end the road, and then I have to find a way to squeeze everything in there, and it just seems a big waste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this. Well, not up to there. We're going to leave this ugly spaghetti over there. We'll get rid of everything up until this point, and then we're going to extend this out to join as a big loop that comes all the way over here and then joins up to this road. I think that was kind of what I wanted to do initially, and I just could not get it to work out nicely, and that's what I ended up with that. But I think now that the whole place has developed a bit better, it makes more sense that I get this down. So we're going to demolish, and we're gonna get these roads up and running. Alright, so with that all cleared out, what I want to do next to make my life easier is I want to look at the height of the landscape here, right? And what I want to do is to try and get these to be at a level, at a height that I can work with in terms of the landscape. So you are up to there. Get this one to line up and connect you also up to there. Alright, so these are at a certain level, but I think they're descending, right? Yes, they are descending. So let me do this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring up the landscape a little bit. So level it all out. This is going to make my life so much easier. I think that one is higher. Yeah, okay. And then we get this chappy. Let me line this thing up nicely. We get this chappy to 180 right there, and you must just line up nicely as well, and you can connect. Oh no, they are splitting too far apart. Oh, you know what I think it is? I think it's because the roads are... Okay, no, there we go. That's good. Cool. So we've got them sort of level, and I am happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab that height, and we're going to try and find a height here. If I level this out, so that's the height over here. All right. Now with that, we can go ahead and connect up this entire space as a nice level ground. Because I want this to be a highway that's on the ground. It will make a lot more sense. And then, yeah, that's fine. And then we'll continue the same sort of leveling. And with, as is the case with all the other stuff, once we're done, we're going to come back and we are going to redo the landscape around it. So let's get rid of that. This is going to just make it easier to know exactly where I need to follow. or how I want the bend to be. So it comes all the way around that way. So we only have a bridge where we need it. And over here, we might decide to either bridge it, tunnel it, or convert this area to a bridge. I'll see what we'll do when we get here. So by getting that level, get to this side as well, get this area also to that same height, and I think we should be good. And hopefully this should be high enough for the roads to cross. I don't want to do it now because I want it to be like a bridge that crosses. So yeah, let's hope I've done everything right. All right, let's see if we can connect, get the highway at the very least up to that point. Alrighty, we've got a whole bunch of stuff connected. Ooh, we've got this. This was a pain. This was a real pain to sort out, but eventually we've got it all connected up, and we've got basically a trumpet going on here. Ooh, oh no, 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 we can't have that. Let's correct that. Alright, how's that? Is that better? Have we gotten rid of that bump? Yes, we've gotten rid of that bump. Alrighty, so it's all connected up, I think. I hope everything will be flowing nice and smooth. Let's unpause. Let's see all the flying cars just disappear. Some of them make their way back. And now we've got a nice route around all the way here that connects and continues straight, and one that goes all the way around. It connects up to here, and it trumpets as well and connects up to here. We've got these chappies that can go straight. All right, so everything is now up and running in terms of how I wanted the highway to look. And I think this looks a lot cleaner than that mess that was going on here. It doesn't make this look like such a complete and utter disaster anymore. But I see this guy no longer has electricity, and that's understandable because this road was connected to that network at first. So what I'm gonna do is I just want to let's just get some power to it, because I think without power it doesn't really operate. And the best way I will do that is I'll just get an underground line. Can I connect this via underground? I'm not sure. Yes, I think I can. Great. So we're just gonna cheat here a little bit and connect that up to that side. And do you have connection? Yes, great. Cool. So we've connected that up. That's got power. I think once we complete this road network, this is going to look a lot better. Everything will be connected, and then we will not have to cheat a little bit. What I want to do now is I want to develop out this area quite a bit. And the plan is I want to put in farmlands. So I want to try and end the industry sort of right here and then put farmlands all over this place. I'm thinking that I might tunnel this road underneath the highway and then connect it up all the way over there. I haven't quite decided whether I want to connect it up to this highway or not, maybe this one, but we'll see once the area develops out. But for now, I think we'll tunnel it under, connect it up to that space, and then get some development going. Alright, so I'm thinking this will form the backbone of the development that's going to go around here. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is how I don't like the way things like this connect. It's just, it's so this like really bothers me. And I think it's got to do with the fact that I didn't come out of the tunnel too nicely. I don't know. But let's just get this chappy maybe a little bit straight and then see if it's possible to connect you up at 180 degrees over here. And what does that look like when I do that? Oh, gracious me, that is hideous. Nope, that is, oh goodness. Why did I delete anything? Okay, let's fix it. Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Does it look better? Yes, that looks much better. Great. Nice, smooth way down into the tunnel and then out the other side, which is not so smooth. You know what? Let me fix this off camera and then we'll continue. All right, that is much better. So what I did was I lowered the ground quite a bit, tried to lower the ground to the height it comes out of the tunnel, and then from there just run a small little exit that very quickly comes out. This basically is ground zero relative to, you know, where the tunnel is, and then simply smooth out the slope, and then I just let it drop down all the way over there, and I think that looks a bit better. I'm so finicky about all of these things. Oh my gosh, I'm just so finicky. Like any small bump that I see, I want to get rid of it, and I spend forever trying to get rid of bumps in my roads, and that's not cool. Get it in there. All right, now hopefully nice and smooth. Well, smooth enough, you know what, it's good enough. All right, so we've got this connection in, nice little tunnel over there, and this is going to serve now as the backbone for all of the industry and farms that we are going to fill a lot of this space in, and I think that is going to look pretty good. So before we start all of the development around this area, if you check the natural resources, I have no fertile land here. As a matter of fact, the fertile land and the way it's distributed across the map just to me makes very little sense. So I want to get fertile land into all of this area so that whichever types of farms I decide to build, it's going to be mostly crops. It actually produces as need be. Now, unfortunately, because there are none here, guess what? I am going to have to use the developer mode. Here we go. I have gone down this rabbit hole, people, and it is not about to end anytime soon. So I want to send a shout out to Chubby Panda. I found a video by them on YouTube that really helped me understand how to get the natural resources in via developer mode. All right, so to get some of that stuff in, we need to pull out, actually before we pull out that, we need to get the landscaping tool selected. Select a tool of your choice, pull up the developer mode, and make sure simulation is selected. Thereafter, what I want is natural resources. So if I select the next item, or oil, what I want is fertile land. And thereafter, all I need to do is start painting to my heart's content. And just like that, I can get all the fertile land I want. I mean, come on people, what more could one ask for? Hey, what more could one ask for? I don't know if I'm gonna build out the farms this far out, but at least up until this point, I know that I definitely want farms. I think I might want a little bit in this area as well. And at least this way now, this whole area is nice and fertile, and whatever I put here, I am guaranteed that it is going to grow very, very nicely. Alrighty, cool. With that, I am happy. I think that is it. We are done. Let's get out of developer mode, and if I close all my resources, I go and I check up on it one more time. Let's see, natural resources. All of our fertile land is there, people. All of our fertile land is there. All right, we're gonna start off. We're gonna create a tunnel under and join up this spot here. I think I'll create another one as well from here to this spot. I might lose a building or two, but that's not the end of the world. Oh, you know what? I haven't unpaused the game to make sure that everything actually still works, that all the cars are driving, every place still has electricity, no sewer problems, great stuff. All right, I think we can leave the simulation running now. Let's get those connections in, at least these two, and then we'll get developing. You know what? Let me take stock of where things are at. You know this accident that just happened here? If you didn't see it, an accident just happened. It's making me wonder whether I shouldn't. Look at it. The simulation is slowing down and then speeding up again. Oh gosh. Anyways, I'm wondering if I shouldn't just, I don't know, change and make the road bigger. Ooh, hang on a second. I said I was not going to put any housing here. Yes, I forgot I was not going to put any housing here because I've got this chappie that is completely destroying the space. Yes, okay. This is supposed to be just offices and farms all the way along. Okay, no, my bad. I completely forgot about that. By the way, that's something I'm considering. Whether or not to move these chappies. I love the way they make this area look. I really do. But they've basically made this entire area undevelopable. If that's a word. I can't really develop anything around here. So I'm considering moving them from here all the way out to like right on the edge of the map, like in the corner there, just so that we can do some development here. Because as I look at it, I'm thinking this would be a nice place to continue to extend and have some residential sprawl in and around here to make the city grow bigger as it blends into this one. But let me know what you think. I mean, it's not something I'm going to do right now, but if you think these must go, let me know and we'll try and find something better that we can stick in here. But for now, this chappie, yeah, they are going to complain a lot about air pollution around there, and they're probably not going to survive. Well, let me not say survive, but they're probably not going to be very happy. So I will go ahead and I will just stick a little industrial building right here instead and let that occupy that space. They're not going to complain. So we're going to continue this type of development in and around here and start blending this out, but I'm going to keep it a mix of these farms and offices and industry all the way through this space, and then over here will probably be mainly farmlands. But I think so far things are shaping up, and they're shaping up fast. So just before we continue, I think I turned off the rain just so that my PC performs just a little bit better. So precipitation has been disabled over there, and I have begun my journey down the rabbit hole of mods. So what I've gone and done is I've gone to get myself the tree controller mod that allows me to basically plonk down trees fully grown, which I think is awesome. And then I also got the tree line tool, which should make my life a whole lot easier when it comes to placing trees. Oh, goodness me. I think those are just quality of life mods that we are supposed to have right from the beginning. Anyways, so that's that. Let's continue filling out all of the space. Alrighty, I think we can take stock of where we are at now. I decided to put a small little settlement way back here as a way of feeding not just the industry, but to just make the place look a little bit more alive, as opposed to just continuing with industry offices and farmlands all over the place. I think that fits in nicely. What I am finding very strange though is this thing of plonking down fully grown trees. It's so weird, but I love it because now I can build out the area to look almost the way I want it to look. And also this big oak tree. I never realized this tree was so big. I always thought this pine tree was the biggest tree in the game. I've never really paid attention to the oak tree because when you place it for the first time, it's so tiny. But that looks very, very good. I love it. Now that's going to create a bit of a problem for me because the entire map is designed around this pine tree, and now I've discovered this oak tree that I think is absolutely stunning. But anyways, you know what? It is what it is. I think this is looking really, really good. I like how it's blended out. I've tried to mix industry and offices here as I've been doing, but trying to keep the industry to small ones so that they do not spew out too much smog or smoke or whatever. And I think that's working very, very well. I'm generally not a big user of the big, what's this thing, commercial buildings, but I thought I'll start giving them a try because I've had a couple of people ask me about it, and honestly, only reason why I've not been using them is because I'm not a fan of the way they look. But I think they can actually pass off as offices when you look at them, right? I think these can pass off as nice offices. And so I'll try and sprinkle one or two of them around, especially in areas where I want to get a little bit of height, and then see if they can blend in to the surrounding environment better. But this one, I love the way that looks. I might just come and put a couple of them in and around the space as well to create a little bit of height. But yeah, so far so good. Over here, I'm just gonna forest up this place a little bit, let it be nice and bushy, and then I don't know, I'll see where I'll go to from there. Alrighty, let us take stock. So I sent this road underneath. This was quite a bit of a mission. I tweaked it a little bit just so that it goes under nicely, but I think overall we've got the stuff going under. I'm thinking I might just create, you know what, I think let's just do that now. Let's do that now. Let's give it a little off ramp right here, just so that, you know, we basically give another way into the space, and I think that will be useful. So for now, just a way to get off of here, a way to get in, and maybe, you know what, maybe, just maybe, we can go ahead and do that. All right, so now we also have a way off, but odds are this is just gonna go straight off in that direction and will not have enough time to come back down. So you know what, let's do this. Let's pause the game a bit and let's get rid of that. Actually convert this into a, what am I doing? Let's go and convert this into a 3-laner. Okay, and then I'm going to convert this chappy into a single. It can then become a double from that point on. And I think if I go ahead then and connect something from here onto this chappy right here, it should have enough room to then change lanes and come back down. And I think for the sake of traffic, let's reduce this down to a 2-laner. And let's monitor and see if this will turn out to be a complete and utter disaster in terms of the cars going in between. But from what I've seen, not too many vehicles are coming and going down this way anyways. So I think we should be good over there. All right, so we've got that connection. We've got this on or off ramp here. Now at this point, it would be nice to have an off ramp here as well, but how far the train yard comes will make it difficult to squeeze one in here. Oof, this will be a tight squeeze if I try. You know what, let's see. Let's give it a quick try and see if we can get anything in here. Let's see if we bend your way. No, we've got to go at an angle. All right, so we can actually get something off of here. Problem is that this is a bit of a bridge. Oh, that does not complain at all. Look at that. Okay, so then, you know what, people? Let's do it. Let's create 3 lanes over there. Come back here. I hope I can still get the right spot. And I think this was the right spot. Yep. And that should connect up nicely. Sweet. So we've got a way on and off from here. This is joining right under the bridge. Ooh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no, 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 no. We definitely cannot have that. Can we smoothen this area out? Somehow I doubt we are going to be able to. Yeah. I had a feeling. Okay, maybe not. Let's give that a try again. Let's see what we get. If I go from here, and if I go from here, let's just bend you out just a tad bit, and maybe, just maybe, we can get you to join over here. Ooh. Boom. Yeah. There we go, everybody. We've got some kind of a connection. It's still not the best, but at least the landscape is not glitching, and that works out perfectly fine. And then, you know what, for the sake of completion, we might as well. Let's see what that's going to look like if we go ahead and do. What's the elevation difference here? Is it a lot? Yeah, it's quite a hectic one. So I would have to, if I want it to look any kind of decent, I think we're going to have to grab and move a little bit of the terrain away. Let's smooth it out over here. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab this point. We're going to bend it away immediately. Go out a little bit. Come back in. I think right up to, you know what, right up to there is fine. And if we can go ahead and grab it 3-lane, I guess there should be good. And then we should be able to connect. We should be able to connect it right there. All right. Look, that was not planned, but now we've got ways on and off of this area. Oh, I think that's perfect. That is perfect. Connects up nicely. I would have liked this to be a smoother. Hang on. Oh, gosh. Story of my life, people. Story of my life. I just want a slightly smoother connection. There we go. I love it. Just as I would love one here, but you know what? I'm not going to be too fussy. All right, so we've got something. We've got cars now that can come in via this way. They can also come in via that way, and we can get off over here. So now we've got multiple connection points that get onto the highway, and from here we can go into the main city, or we can turn this way and go that way. And then we also put this little on and off ramp here. Nothing too major. Am I seeing traffic here? Ooh, I am seeing traffic here. But I guess that's to be expected because of the way the lanes are merging, right? But I think my simulation is running ultra slow, people. And it's speeding up again. Ooh, I think my simulation is suffering. But anyways, I see what's happening here with the merger. I think there's something we can fix fairly easily if we can go ahead and... Ooh, this will have to be a 4-laner for this to join up nicely. Ooh, do I want to do that? You know what? Let's have a look at it and see. Get a 4. Ooh, that actually joins up very, very nice. Then we can go ahead and make that into a 3-laner. And I think that should be good. Everybody, we have filled this place out very, very nicely. I've got a few areas with big lots, which is something that I always try and get in between places, like little empty spaces like that, that I think add very nicely to the entire area. All right, to finish things off, I want to try and fill out the spot right here. Nothing too fancy, just a small little residential area and some farmland in and around it. So I want to give like a little on-ramp here and a small off-ramp here. And then I think we will call it quits for today. All right, I think we've got this place filled out fairly nicely. I did not realize the elevation difference here was this hectic, eh? Look at that. But anyways, you know, I think we can get rid of that. Oh, why? Why does it always have to complain? Why do you always have to complain? Huh? Just go away and rebuild. There we go. And I think there was another thing I wanted to delete somewhere around here. I put a path down here that I also wanted to get rid of. Cool. So that's looking good. I think the last thing is to just try and level out the terrain around here, see if it will look any better. I think the best way to do this is, let me decrease this, grab that, push it back a little bit, push it back a little bit. It's always nicer when you push the terrain back just a tad bit, because then when you come back with the smoothing tool, make it nice and small, it works out much better. Just like that. Alrighty. Everybody, I think we've got a new settlement going over here. I think that is pretty cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the way it's squeezed in there. I think I should be able to put a nice line of trees all the way along this place, and that acts as a nice sound barrier for these people over here. And then we can jump into the tree brush mode, get one of the default forests, and just stick them all over the areas over here. Oh yes, 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 yes. I love it. This mod has just made my life so much easier when it comes to foliage detailing. I think it is just awesome. Everybody, we filled out this place. I think this is a beautiful new development that's taking place over here. And yeah, I love the mix of the residential areas. We've got this cluster of office and industry there, and the small little space that just sits in and around here. A quick thing before we end today's video. I've got a viewer who was asking about my graphic settings. As a matter of fact, I've had this request from other social media platforms, so I thought I'll give you guys a quick view of what my graphic settings look like. I don't think it's anything wow. I haven't set things to anything hectic, but what I'll just do is have a quick scroll through them. So if you want to have a look at any individual setting in detail, you're more than welcome to pause the video, go through it slowly, and you should be able to see exactly what you need. But yeah, this is basically what my settings are. I hope for those who are looking for it, it makes sense to you and it helps get your city looking like mine does. Also, I've seen some of your comments around the fact that this is going to generate quite a bit of traffic. Yes, it is. And the train cargo train terminal isn't active yet, so we're not seeing the full extent of traffic that will ultimately come around here. So I have been planning a better way of connecting all of this up with a hookup to the highway that should hopefully help alleviate the traffic that will ultimately end up building up over here. But otherwise, everybody, I think this is it. I think we've done quite a bit today. I'm really happy with the progress. And if you're also happy with the progress and you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you've been here a while and you haven't. And of course, turn on the notifications so you do not miss any future builds. To all of my patrons and YouTube members, thank you all so much for all the extra support that you show the channel. It is truly, truly appreciated. As we get into the cinematics, I hope you will enjoy these beautiful scenes of the city, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.